Good evening, one and all. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2022-2023, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence, India's G20 presidency, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Well. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's session. Today, we are commemorating World Telecommunication and Information Society Day on 17th May every year. The purpose of World Telecommunication and Information Society Day, in short known as WTISD, is to help raise awareness of the possibilities that the use of the internet and other information and communication technologies, ICTs, can bring to societies and economies, as well as of ways to bridge the digital divide. 17th May marks the anniversary of the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention and the creation of International Telecommunication Union. The World Telecommunication Day has been celebrated annually on 17th May since 1969, making the founding of ITU and the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention in 1865. It was instituted by Plenipotentiary Conference in Malaga, Ceremonious in 1973 as Resolution 46. In November 2005, the World Summit on Information Society called upon the UN General Assembly to declare May 17th as World Information Society Day to focus on the importance of ICT and the wide range of issues related to the information society raised by WSIS. The General Assembly adopted a resolution in March 2006 stipulating the World Information Society Day shall be celebrated every year on 17th May. World Telecommunications and Information Society Day in November 2006, the ITU Plenipotentiary Conference in Antalya, Turkey, decided to celebrate both events on 17th May as World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. The updated resolution 68 invites member states and sector members to celebrate the day annually by organizing appropriate national programs with a view to stimulating reflection and exchanges of ideas on the theme and adopted by the Council, debating the various aspects of the theme with all partners in the society, formulating a report reflecting nation discussions on the issues underlying theme to be fed back to the ITU and rest of its membership. While the new digital era and the new technologies have brought societies many benefits, we also face challenges such as growing digital divides, cyber threats, and human rights violations online. This report lays out of a roadmap in which stakeholders play a role in advancing a safer, more equitable digital world. So over the past decade, the connectivity challenge has become more complex and demanding. Bringing everyone online is no longer enough. Meaningful connectivity, the possibility to enjoy a safe, satisfying, enriching, productive, and affordable online experience is the new imperative for the least developed countries. This remains a major challenge. The digital divide between LDCs and the rest of the world shows little sign of narrowing. The risk is all too evident as the world becomes increasingly adept at leveraging the internet for value creation. LDCs risk falling further behind. This year, World Telecommunication and Information Society Day focuses on empowering the least developed countries through information and communication technologies. The International Communication Union, ITU, calls on the public and private sectors to make pledges for universal connectivity and digital transformations in these countries through its Partner to Connect Digital Coalition. Midway through the agenda to fulfill the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, the least developed countries, LDCs, remain the world's greatest untapped resource whose needs must be addressed to achieve the SDGs. Investment in these young, vibrant countries can drive sustainable growth for generations. Together, let's make 2023 a year of progress for digital transformation in the least developed countries. In 2022, an estimated 407 million people in the least developed countries, LDCs, were using the internet, accounting for 36% of the population compared to 66% globally. The 720 million people still offline in LDCs account for 27% of the global offline population. Even though the LDC population accounts for only 14% of the world's population, ITU's measuring digital development facts and figures focus on these development countries shows that universal and meaningful connectivity remains a distant prospect for LDCs.
World Telecommunication and Information Society Day is celebrated every May 17, marking the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention and the founding of the International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations Tech Agency. This year, we focus on empowering the least developed countries through information and communication technologies. Of the 2.7 billion people in the world who remain unconnected to the internet, 1/3 live in the least developed countries. Bringing these young, vibrant countries online will drive sustainable growth. Together, let's make 2023 a year of progress for meaningful connectivity and digital transformation for them. Join us on May 17, either at ITU headquarters or remotely, starting at 2:30 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Check out the program and register now.
Yeah. So we will move on to other commemorations of this week and also day. Today is also commemorated as World Hypertension Day to raise awareness of hypertension and encourage hypertension prevention, detection, and control. Hypertension affects more than 1 billion people around the globe, over 30% of the adult population in the world. It is primary risk factor for cardiovascular diseases, particularly coronary artery disease and stroke. Besides hypertension, it is also a risk factor for chronic kidney disease, heart failure, arrhythmia, and dementia. That's why sharing information about this condition is essential. World Hypertension Day was initiated by the World Hypertension League, which is a non-profit organization founded on January 4, 1984. Is a non-profit organization dedicated to preventing and controlling hypertension at the population level. Hypertension Day was first launched on May 14, 2005. Since 2006, World HL have been observing May 17th of every year as World Hypertension Day. The day is aimed at increasing awareness of hypertension due to lack of appropriate knowledge among patients with hypertension. Hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, is a medical condition when the blood pressure in the blood vessels is continuously elevated. The more blood your heart pumps and the narrower your blood vessels are, the higher your blood pressure becomes. High blood pressure typically does not cause symptoms, but long-term high blood pressure can result in coronary artery disease, stroke, chronic kidney disease, heart failure, arrhythmia, and dementia. Since there are usually no symptoms, you need to have a screening to identify your blood pressure. Hypertension has two types, primarily essential hypertension and secondary hypertension. Primary hypertension does not have an identifiable cause, while secondary hypertension does, including obstructive sleep apnea, kidney disease, and certain medications such as birth control pills or some prescription drugs. Some methods for the primary prevention of hypertension include maintaining body weight for adults, engage in regular aerobic physical activity, such as brisk walking, reducing dietary sodium intake, consuming a diet rich in fruit and vegetables, and limiting alcohol consumption. Stephen Hales makes the first published measurement of blood pressure in 1733. Eberhard Frank coins the term essential hypertension, essential hypertony in 1911. The World Hypertension League is established on January 4th in 1984, and World Hypertension Day launches on May 14, 2005. So the theme of the World Hypertension Day varies from year to year, being the latest of last, measure your blood pressure accurately, control it, live longer. Caffeine may cause a short but dramatic increase in your blood pressure, and the blood pressure to caffeine differs from person to person. And drinking water and staying hydrated can help maintaining healthy blood pressure, especially in the summer season. It is very much important to consume enough water. Some people living with hypertension are unaware of their condition. That's why it's essential to spread the word about hypertension so that the people will have their blood pressure checked regularly. Maybe you are one of those who are unaware of your blood pressure condition. So have yours checked and hopefully your blood pressure is normal. Since hypertension doesn't show any symptoms, it's vital to check if you have it. After that, you can follow the primary prevention of hypertension, such as maintaining your body weight, engaging in regular aerobic physical activity, and limiting alcohol consumption. It is said that nearly 1 in 4 adults aged 20 to 44 have hypertension. In 2019, the hypertension was a primary or contributing cause of death for 5,16,955 people in the US. Although there is no cure for hypertension, people can still prevent and manage it. Hypertension can equally affect both men and women. It is said that only around 1 in 4 adults, 24% with hypertension, have their condition under control. And hypertension can lead to strokes, heart failures, and dementia. It is a World Hypertension Day is a reminder for us to get our blood pressure checked regularly to prevent hypertension. Hypertension can happen to anyone, old and young. And World Hypertension Day can be a starting point for us to follow the primary prevention of hypertension, including having an active lifestyle and eating more fruit and vegetables. Hypertension has no cure yet, although it can be managed. However, it can be uncomfortable because you need to take medications until your blood pressure is under control or distressing for some. After all, they might need to keep taking blood pressure medications for the rest of their lives. It is still better to prevent it by practicing a healthy lifestyle. Prevention is always better than cure. Today is also commemorated as World Information Society Day, as we have already seen. Before mobile phones, Nokia made toilet paper, tires, computers, and other electronics. Nokia wasn't just connecting people before it started making mobile phones. The average computer user is said to blink only 7 times in a minute. So computer users' reaction to the screen. So it causes a lot of eye-related issues. So keep blinking frequently. The founders accidentally searched for the domain name google.com instead of google.com. So though it sounds same, but it was GOOGOL.com. They wanted to search for that, but accidentally searched google.com and registered. So that's how the present google.com was registered, which was supposed to be GOOGOL.com. YouTube was initially meant to be a dating site where people upload videos of themselves. YouTube was made for love, but now it's for everything. Around 6,000 tweets are sent on Twitter every minute. So tweets sent every second. So in the digital era, the internet and ICT are essential. Hopefully, awareness raising from this day can soon lead to access the internet and ICT for everyone. Today is also commemorated as International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. Around the world on May 17th, this is held every year to help raise awareness about LGBTQ issues. It helps to share information about some of the issues faced by the community. These orientations are criminalized in many countries around the world. They are not allowed to have relationships and cannot be legally married. People in the community face a lot of prejudice and discrimination. They also face some hostility and can sometimes lead to violence. This holiday helps to remove some of the stigma surrounding around these orientations. The International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biophobia is an LGBTQ awareness day that falls on May 17th every year. People in the LGBTQ community face a lot of issues, and this day helps bring to light. For many years, they have been denied legal protections and essential health care. They have also sometimes been forcibly subjected to go through medical treatment or needless surgery. They are denied basic civil and human rights. This day was officially founded in 2004 by Louis George Stim. The first event was held on May 17th in 2005 and was attended by about 24,000 people. The specific date, May 17, was chosen to commemorate the World Health Organization's decision to declassify homosexuality as a mental disorder in 1990. A petition was launched in 2009 in cooperation with LGBTQ organizations to add transphobia to the name of the campaign. The petition was supported by more than 300 NGOs from 75 countries. It was also supported by the 3 Nobel Prize winners, Alfred Jelinek, Francesco Barry Sinosi, and Luc Montaigne. The first country in the world to officially remove transgender issues from its list of mental illness was France in 2009. So, Tim acted as an events committee chairperson until he resigned in September 2013. Renowned Venezuelan trans rights activist, lawyer, and law professor Tamara Adrian succeeded him after his retirement. In 2015, Adrian became one of the first trans legislators in Latin America. In 2015, biphobia was also added to the name of the commemoration. So almost 13 years after the APA took the first step in recognizing the LGBT community, the World Health Organization declassifies homosexuality as a mental illness from the International Classification of Diseases, ICD, in 1990. The day known as the International Day Against Homophobia, in short known as IDHO, is conceived after a year. It becomes an event celebrated in several countries in 2004. In 2009, transphobia becomes an official part of the event, with many of these activities revolving around transphobia. So transphobia is also added to the commemorations in 2009. Bisexuality is added to the commemoration in order to acknowledge and face the issues that bisexual people encounter in 2015. Thus, these words like transphobia, bisexuality were also made part of the campaign. Sexual orientation refers to the sex or gender of the people to whom someone is sexually attracted. So there is no wrong type of sexual orientation. There are simply different types. A person is considered to be bisexual when they are attracted to both sexes. So you can learn more about the issues that LGBTQ community faces. There is a lot of information available nowadays online, and you can also visit some NGOs to learn more or attend any awareness programs online like these to gain information. And a donation to LGBTQ organizations will also help in creating solutions to some of the issues that affect the community. LGBTQ community members get harassed about 52 to 87% of lesbian, gay, and bisexual people have been verbally harassed at least once. But unfortunately, here, one thing to mention, they are also harassing a lot of people. And many times it is also becoming a nuisance and also a law and order issue. Nowadays, we see, in India especially, we see a lot of these people, forcibly disturb various functions, attending and forcibly demanding huge amounts of money. See, of course, you can ask and whatever is given, you can take. Personally, even some of the events, even when I was also there, these people created ruckus of the situation. They were literally demanding, otherwise we will spoil the entire environment and all these things, it very much disturbed me. Because, a person like me who supports, all the causes, so this has really disturbed me a lot. Because we are trying to create more awareness and such incidents are counterproductive and is creating a lot of issues for the minter. So we need to, see all these issues at a very different angle where, we need to be in harmony, because at the same time with violence and all these things you cannot achieve, because more and more these things are complaints are being lodged and, at time people are really not in a very supportive mood. And people, everyone is cursing them and, on that day, like they were literally, they were praying or cursing them that these people should not exist on the planet. So to that extent, why we need to, hurt someone or trouble someone? So this is very, this is not at all invitable. This is not at all acceptable. But, though they are going through different kind of abuse or harassment, but it is not a right way to reflect it back to the society. Because again, if the society backfires, and though all the things are there, at the end of the day, laws, acts, all this doesn't matter. Today also, even we have so many laws and acts, but who is following that? Again, that is also a great concern, unless and until people really, follows them and it gets implemented. Again, there is a greater this thing that if it backfires, so even though there are a lot of legal and other things, so things can really go wrong. So this has to be, tackled in a different manner, in spite of all the counseling and sessions. Even I also tried to, intervene and say that this is not the way to behave, or not the way to address at a gathering where, people are happy and celebrating something, and you come and ruin the entire environment. There is a way to always, to communicate. There is always a way to get, for them it is a opportunity, because they all are vulnerable, because they don't want to spoil. But what you are doing, you are exploiting the situation and trying to get something out of it. And that too, by troubling so many people and disturbing the events, especially, when events like housewarming ceremonies, marriages, or even at times birthdays and all other things. These things are, even that's a violation of human rights. You are disturbing their privacy and you are encroaching into their privacy, and, that's also an encroachment, and a lot of legal issues are also there. You cannot just go, and because you are belonging to an LGBTQ, so it doesn't give you any right to encroach into others' privacy and private functions, and you can behave as you like. So that also creates a lot of law and order issue. So all these things are there. So we have to be very mindful and careful also, because, at times we also have these uh, certain cases also when I was going through the literature, and certain places also where, these people were killed because they are threatening their security also at times, because they are attacking on the property and they are attacking on the people. They are verbally abusing them. So now what they will do? Now everyone has the right to protect themselves, their property, their life. So again, it is taking a different turn, and they are being attacked and they are being thrashed. So all these kind of things, should be completely avoided. This is not at all a proper way uh, to, conduct oneself, irrespective of no matter which gender we belong to. But it shouldn't invite certain legal obligations or implications, and it should not create a violation of human rights or any such things. Of course, as a human being, we need to support everyone, but that any vulnerability should not, create again the same thing you are doing to others. It is not always a good thing. And when it backfires, people, incidents, it can create, first of all, a lot of awareness programs are being conducted online, offline. A lot of funding from US comes, for organizing conferences, events, and they are putting a lot of funds into it. And you are doing such kind of things. Again, it is a counterproductive. Tomorrow, people also are asking in the conferences, and where see so many cases, not even every single day, there are many such events happening. And, that is creating a lot of unfavorable attitudes towards them. So there is a high need that they need to think about it. If the same continues, again, there will come another moment to, these people ban entirely these people from the society, because they are creating a law and order problem. So again, it is a violation of law and order in the society by disturbing others' peace, and it's also right to position, and we have constitutional fundamental rights. It's also violation of fundamental rights. So a lot of things are there. See, people are not taking so seriously, because otherwise, that community can also become quite vulnerable. Already there's a lot of vulnerability. And moreover, that taking law into their hands and violating human rights, because their rights are violated, it doesn't mean that you go and take law into your hands. So this is quite seen, widely reported nowadays. They and even some people say they are behaving like goons and other things. So these kind of efforts, when we are putting to bring a positive, constructive mindsets, but these events are really disturbing, and that will be counterproductive for any kind of such promotion. Because again, at the end of the day, we preach something, and for a community, and that community, is practicing something else, that doesn't really work out. So that community, especially need to think about these, because even every day we see a lot of cases, lot of happenings, wherever there is an event. It is not only in one city, but across India, this has been quite common. But again, when it can take an ugly turn, so we have to be very careful. And the communities, especially where it is a great caution and lot of awareness, I think we have to create that the way sometimes, can also create a lot of issues. And because of that, these counter assaults, counter harassment, why we are talking about these is, see, because we have stats. saying that about 52% to 82%, 87% of lesbian, gay, bisexual people are being verbally harassed at least once, and 13 to 38% of LGBTQ people have been chased or followed. So more than 24% of the people in the community have been physically assaulted. So these things are happening, and a counter productive thing, and you are doing the same thing to the normal population or a general population, again, these rates will increase at a multifold. So that is what we need to be very careful. It doesn't mean that, we have to address in a very peaceful way. But again, doing that same thing being repeatedly growing in trends, again, these statistics will go into hundreds folds. It will grow 100 times. Then who is going to save? So these things we need to be very careful, especially. So most LGBTQ people are comfortable within their own biological sex and do not regard themselves as members of opposite sex. So it can't be cured. Homosexuality cannot be cured by psychotherapy, as it is not a mental illness. But there are people, where nowadays people are working on LGBTQ also, because, certain times it may be difficult, certain times it may not be possible. But in some cases, it is also bringing good results. So the LGBT community faces such a discrimination and violence because of intolerance, both from LGBTQ and general population. So this day helps to raise awareness about the issues faced by the LGBT community, and also the community, the challenges and issues faced by the community by the LGBT, and both vice versa. And this holiday brings people together, or commemoration. People who can relate to each other can become part of other support system. So the events of holiday help us to set pace with the evented people. People can become more tolerant of differences, which can make things easier for future generations. Otherwise, this continuous conflict between these communities can also become a huge threat in future generations for them. So it is best interest that everyone be in harmony with each other. So today is also commemorated as International Child Helpline Day. Is dedicated to celebrating the work of child helplines all around the world. The efforts of these workers ensure that the children and youth in need are listened and to assisted in a timely manner. Millions of children contact the network of child helplines asking for the support. Suggestions have been made through the analysis of child helpline data from 181 countries to make the policy changes for the improvement of children's lives. Child helplines hold various activities and celebrations to highlight their work and achievements. This helps to enhance public awareness. So Zero Below Maria is the founder of Child Helpline International. She explored the idea of creating a global network of child helplines. The helplines would provide technical assistance to each other. A meeting was held in Amsterdam in 2003. The representatives from 49 child helplines from around the globe were in attendance. This was meeting where Child Helpline International was launched. The principles of the United Convention on the Rights of the Child is where Child Helpline International gets its purpose from. The principle establishes the children's rights to privacy and protection from harm. The Child Helpline International Network provides a forum of information, changing and mutual support. It also provides assistance with advocacy and lobbying. They help with the initiation and development of child helplines in countries that do not have those services. So Child Helpline International is currently located in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Patrick Krentz is the Executive Director of the Child Helpline International. The membership-based organization has more than 173 members in 142 countries and territories around the world. Over 20 million children and young people in need of the care and protection have contacted the members of Child Helpline International. The day awareness spreads awareness so children know what they can always reach out and get support. This way, public can get enough information on what to do when a child is in need of attention or assistance. So, child labor begins to be regulated and limited in the United States in 1830s. The Declaration of the Rights of the Child becomes officially adopted by the League of Nations 1924. An expanded Declaration of the Rights of the Child is adopted by the UN in 1959. Children's Defense Fund is founded by Marian Wright Edelman to conduct research and lobby for the child welfare and rights in the US in 1970. So children have rights. Child rights are human rights that recognize the special needs for care and protection for anyone younger than 18. International agreements on child rights have established that all children deserve to grow up in the spirit of peace, dignity, freedom, and equality. Child right violations are illegal practices that include child labor, child marriage, child recruitment into armed conflicts, and other forms of oppression. So you can give assistance to a child around you. This assistance can be small or a big gesture. You can also make a donation to the organization. This will help fund the support of children. And more than 1 billion children have experienced violence or neglect. It is estimated that about 152 million children are engaged in labor. About 41% of the girls under 18 years of age in least developed countries are married. It is estimated that about 33% of all children with disabilities have never been in school. It is estimated that the disabled children are 4 times more likely to experience physical or sexual abuse. So Child Helpline International is a crucial organization which helps to provide protection to the children who have experienced some form of violence. The organization not only provides protection, it also provides support to the children who need some assistance. Today is also commemorated as National Bike to School Day in US. People come together to celebrate a healthier lifestyle and to get a little exercise before the class. This event builds off the excitement from the National Bike Month, also held in May, and the popularity of International Walk to School Day. Bikes have been around for a long time, since 1800s, in one version or the other. Early inventions came from France, but the modern bicycle was designed in England in the West. Throughout the 1800s, bicycle designs were worked on, although they are called velocipedes. Back then, news from Paris influenced the American bicycle craze, which began in 1868 and quickly spread to major East Coast cities. The world's first cycling newspaper, The Velocipedist, was published in the newspaper New York by the bicycle maker Pickering and Davis. Around the same time, more than 250 different bicycle patents were filed in the US. Interest died out by 1971, only to be revived almost 5 years later with all the innovations by different manufacturers. Bicycles designs had come into their own, and a safety standard was slowly starting to set out in. So new types of bikes were born for every purpose and customer. Today, globally, there are twice as many as bicycles as automobiles. Bike paths have been constructed across many places in the US, and the government encourages bikes as an alternative to automobiles. The very first National Bike to School Day took place in the coordination with the National Bike Month on May 9, 2012. And 49 states held local events that encourage children to bike or walk to school safely. The word bicycle is coined in France to describe a new kind of two-wheeler with a mechanical drive. Before this, our contraption went by various names, including velocipedes in 1860s. It has two same-size wheels for safe riding at a lower height and can be stopped when the rider puts their foot down, unlike older models where only dismounting would do the trick. In 1885, so John Kemp Starley designs the safety bicycle. The Tour de France is established and becomes one of the biggest tests of endurance out of all the sports, a famous bike race in 1903. So bicycle motocross, BMX, becomes a sport at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing, China in 2008. So children who bike or walk to school have higher physical levels throughout the day. This activity can help childhood obesity and support healthy growth. Bicycling with appropriate safety gear and on recommended path is definitely safe, provided you maintain a level of alertness too. Entice most participation by running fun, media contests, and bikes are cheaper, they cost less, and they are 20 times less expensive to maintain than a car or bike that runs on fuel. The most popular bicycle model is the Chinese Flying Pigeon. There are almost 500 million produced in the world. Specifically, road bicycle racing, which is second most popular sport in the world. The energy and resources used for one car can be used to create almost 100 bicycles. Experts believe if we triple the number of cyclists, road accidents by motorists and cyclists would halve. People bond over common issues and build their own community. So this day connects communities. Not only is movement better for the body, but also it can introduce a strong sense of self-confidence and school spirit, and it's healthy. Children can experience the world, feel the air, and appreciate things they wouldn't usually notice when inside a car or a bus. This week is also commemorated as International Coaching Week. It's a week-long celebration of the coaching profession and its importance in uplifting the skill sets of the clients, and it seeks people around the world acknowledge the importance of professional coaching for a thriving society. It enlightens people about coaching as well as encourages them to spread the word for better development of self. Jerry Edelson launched International Coaching Week in the year 1999 as a week-long celebration to promote the importance of working with professionally accredited coach. It also celebrates the progress made through the process of coaching. Jerry Udelson is also known as coaching pioneer and visionary. She is among the first 100 people to hold the title of a master certified coach, a designation given by the International Coaching Federations. International Coaching Week educates people about the value of working with a trained professional coach with expertise in the personal, executive, or business sector. It is also a great opportunity for the coaches to demonstrate their skill set to their clients. During International Coaching Week, coaches around the world offer different kinds of pro bono services and activities in their local groups and communities to help people experience the benefits of coaching firsthand. The International Coaching Federation is the largest coaching organization in the world aimed at the global advancement of coaching. It fosters the role of coaches as a crucial part of growing society. The federation was founded in 1995 and has more than 35,000 members located across 140 countries and territories with the aim to enhance coaching awareness and uphold the integrity of coaching through continuous learning. The International Coaching Federation empowers coaches, clients, communities, organizations, and the world as a whole through coaching. So, put simply, coaching is a process that aims to improve performance and focuses on here and now, rather than on the distant past or future. Coaching is unlocking a person's potential to maximize their own performance. It is helping them to learn rather than teaching them according to skills you need. The purpose of coaching is to unlock people's potential to maximize their own performance. It is helping them to learn rather than teaching or telling them according to performance consultants. There are three types of generally accepted styles of coaching in sports: autocratic, democratic, and holistic, according to KU Sport Online. So coaching develops your strongest qualities and enables you to make use of these qualities for the benefit of yourself and your community. So coaching leads to an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect that serves as a fertile ground for production. Coaching assists in flexibility and adapting to change, which is important in many of today's business scenarios. Coaching helps people to grow their potential and self-esteem improves their quality of work. Coaching encourages people to take creative steps, try new things, and make changes in their lives. It helps people to build a life that is worth getting out of bed for. It helps a person with clarity, courage, and commitment in life. It creates a meaningful life. It helps a person partner with a compassionate coach who will help them discover how to live life to the fullest. It enables a person to be challenged in order to grow. It allows a person to create a life aligned with their authentic self and core values. It increases a person's self-awareness and pinpoints their blind spots. So this day is also commemorated as National Employee Health and Fitness Day. It was established to raise awareness of the health benefits of physical activity among employees through company-sponsored health promotion activities. It is a perfect time to remind the staff about the necessity and advantages of regular physical activity. So put on your running shoes as we jog our way to the National Employee Health and Fitness Day. So Dr. Ken H. Cooper, dubbed the father of modern fitness movement, is largely regarded as having inspired more people than anybody else in the history to take up physical activity in the West. Cooper proposed a change in the focus away from disease treatment towards disease prevention as a central tenet of public health. It is simpler to maintain good health through regular exercise, food, and emotional balance, that is, it to regain it once it is lost, he stated. So the importance of generating epidemiological evidence to back up health advantage of regular exercise was emphasized early in Cooper's career. Powerful message was conveyed to the American public in 1968 with the introduction of aerobics, which emphasized the importance of exercising frequently and maintaining a healthy weight throughout one's life. Dr. Cooper's message, programs, and concepts paved the way for the explosion of fitness programs in the modern era. When workplace health programs were originally implemented, many of them focused only on how to stop smoking or lose weight. Now more focus is placed on the employee involvement as well as activities that go beyond the physical aspects of wellness. Employees will be more satisfied and the new talent will be attracted and retained as a result of the shift in the emphasis to collective well-being. Human resource experts should remember that workplace health and wellness programs are not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. According to the American Heart Association, workplace wellness programs are an important strategy for preventing major shared risk factors for cardiovascular disease and stroke, which include cigarette smoking, obesity, hypertension, dyslipidemia, physical inactivity, and diabetes. Cristobal Mendez writes his book titled El Libro de Ejercicio Corporal Vices Provoked, the world's first book that focuses solely on physical training and its advantages, in 1553. So Frederick Jan, also known as the father of gymnastics, and his ideas about physical education spread throughout Europe and America in the West. In 1810, the ideas of physical education was spread. So Ja opens the first open-air gymnasium or Turnplatz in Berlin in 1811. The Hartford Female Seminary, founded by Catherine Beecher, is the first major women's college in the United States to offer physical education classes in 1823. Regular exercise is important because it increases your blood flow, strengthens your cardiovascular system, tones your muscles, and increases your stamina in the range of emotion. You can achieve your fitness objectives as well in few as 3 sessions each week. Workers of any age may take part in the events and activities lined up on this day. In an exercise program, encourage your employees to pair up with a partner or a co-worker. Encourage others, including CEO, to join in as well. Outside an exercise program, you may motivate employees by going for a walk or leading them up to flights of stairs instead of taking the elevator. Employers can provide their employees with wellness programs and incentives. These programs should be fun so that they will be more inclined to exercise and pay more attention to their health. As an employer, you can sponsor a healthy breakfast or lunch for them your employees, there is something that will be well appreciated by all employees, encouraging them to make healthy food choices. So regular physical activity promotes restful sleep. So physical activities promotes better sleep. It also allows our body to release chemicals known as endorphins or feel-good hormones, which put us in a good mood, making us more relaxed and self-confident. So it triggers a positive feeling. Regular exercise can help you build muscle and increase your stamina, improving your cardiovascular system and the flow of oxygen and nutrients to your tissues. It increases your stamina. It improves your cognitive performance and memory. It improves your cognitive function. Numerous health issues can be prevented or managed with regular exercise. These include stroke, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, depression, and anxiety disorders, certain types of cancer, arthritis, and many more. So physical activity among workers offers them a break from the stress and monotony of everyday tasks and duties. It gives them energy, boosts their mental ability, and prevents fatigue. It encourages employees to pursue a holistic, healthy lifestyle beyond exercising. Emphasis is also placed on wellness. Employees benefit from an exercise program in a variety of ways. These improve their well-being, self-image, self-esteem, physical fitness, and stamina, and increase their job satisfaction. These enable them to better control their body mass and blood pressure. Today is also commemorated as National Graduation Tassel Day, a way of honoring students, their academic achievements, and start a new journey in their careers. It involves years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Sometimes it's easy to forget the sacrifices students make to realize their dreams, and National Graduation Tassel Day reminds of just that. It is a perfect day to celebrate how far you have come. The most well-known symbol of graduation is a mortarboard, hat, and a dangling tassel. The tassel also displays the color of the institution. According to the tradition, the brand new graduate moves the tassel from left to right when their name is called before they go onto the stage and receive anticipated diploma or degree. This tradition started some 50 years ago. The graduation ceremony dates back to the 12th century when European universities would honor academic excellence, and Latin was the language of instruction. In the West, the typical graduation outfit was a gown and a hood or hats adopted from the daily attire of university staff in the Middle Ages. The outfit was inspired by the medieval clergy, and it has been pretty much remained the same through the centuries. A typical graduation ceremony is marked by the new graduates receiving their degrees and tossing their graduation cap into the air. It is also in the May that schools and universities across the country typically host graduation ceremonies for students. The auditoriums are filled with happy families and friends of graduates who gather to watch and celebrate the academic events of their achievements of their loved ones. Today is also commemorated as National Numeracy Day in UK, United Kingdom. It is dedicated to highlighting the importance of numbers and numeracy and encouraging people to improve their numerical abilities and increase their confidence in dealing with numbers. Not everyone is good with calculations, and others have the fear of numbers. The non-profit organization National Numeracy was responsible for the creation of National Numeracy Day, which is an UK National Numeracy, which is an independent organization that was created in 2012 to assist in poor numeracy skills among adults and children, as well as to promote the value of everyday math abilities. They want to combat negative attitudes, influence public policy, and provide practical strategies to help adults and kids strengthen their numeracy in the community and in business and in formal schooling. People of all ages with low levels of numeracy were targeted by the organization, which was established in 2012 to assist National Numeracy Day, UK, was the first observed on May 16, 2018, as part of government efforts to increase the number of people who are confident in their ability to work with numbers. More than 25,000 people participated in the festivities. This included both adults and children who were all interested in improving their numeracy abilities. Those participating in National Numeracy Day UK are invited to include family, friends, educators, individuals, and employers in their activities. There are numerous events that you can participate on this day. Furthermore, it is not only about developing one's numeracy skills, but also about assisting others in improving theirs as well. So this day was established to encourage people of all ages to become more intrigued with numbers and explore them. Mathematics is comprehensive study of numbers, quantities, geometry, and shapes. Numeracy refers to one's knowledge and skills in mathematics as well as their application and thereof in real life. Numerical literacy is essential for people who wish to improve logical reasoning and thought process methods in their daily lives. Literacy allows students to integrate their reading, writing, speaking, and comprehension skills across a wide range of areas through fostering critical thinking. In mathematics, numeracy is the capacity to comprehend and understand mathematical concepts and methods. So you can learn something new about mathematics and its everyday application. It could be learning how to budget. You could also take a course in accounting and finance or search for different between measurements in different countries. Whether you are at grocery shopping, measuring food, or buying something from the supermarket or nearby market, be sure to use numbers on this day. It is nearly impossible not to use numbers as they are very important in our daily lives. You can also download apps that help your numeracy skills or watch videos. You could also tutor kids in your neighborhood so that they can improve their numeracy skills. Our ability to work with numbers is tied with the state of our physical and mental well-being. It helps the physical and mental well-being. Almost half of the adults who work have numeracy skills that are comparable to those of an young kid. Recent research has demonstrated that having strong numeracy skills can assist people to avoid financial difficulties. Pure numeracy skills have an impact not just on the individual, but also on the economy as a whole. Mathematical skills are useful for any career. And these skills are helpful in every job. In our daily lives, mathematics may be found in almost every situation. And this language is used in the education and professional sectors and in everyday tasks out of our residences and in larger community. It does not exclude those who don't have numeracy skills. And aim of the day is for people to be encouraged to improve their numeracy skills no matter their current level. And it is also a day set aside to draw attention to the important role that numbers perform in our lives. People are advised to work on building competency in the numerical skills, especially they are not naturally inclined to the numbers or statistics. Today is also commemorated as National Walnut Day in US. Walnuts are great for your heart, your brain, your bones. You can incorporate them into any meal, and they've literally been around for almost 10,000 years. The Walnut Marketing Board established World National Walnut Board Day in 1950s, and on May 17th, ever since it is celebrated. So buy some walnuts still in their shells, grab a nutcracker or a hammer and get going. Bonus, it doubles as a stress relieving exercise. Candied walnuts are an impressive gift that could be easier to make. In a skillet over medium heat, melt butter and a sugar and add any spices you want. We like cinnamon and ginger. Toss the walnuts in the mixture until they are coated. Then spread them out on the parchment paper to cool. Pack them into small jars, distribute among your friends, and pretend you are the Martha Stewart. So Nocino is also an Italian liquor made from unripe walnuts. It is nutty, sweet, strong, and a bit spicy, in other words. So these versatile nuts can be eaten raw or toasted or roasted or pickled or candied, added a wide range of cereals, baked into pies, cakes, and cookies, tossed onto ice cream, used in pesto and other sauces, and processed into oils and nut butters. So ink still made from walnut husks is said to have been used by Leonardo da Vinci and Rembrandt for writing and drawing. Shells are crushed for use as a landscape mulch, and abrasive quality of ground walnut shells also make them useful in cleaning products. Especially abundant in the US and China, walnuts are also cultivated in Iran, Turkey, Mexico, Ukraine, Chile, England, Slovenia, and Romania. Walnuts have been used to reduce inflammation, heal wounds, and freshen breath. A walnut tree can live up to 250 years old, and it's long lasting. Walnuts are the only nut with high amounts of omega-3 fatty acids. If you eat just a quarter cup, you will have more than 100% of the daily recommended amount. These omega-3s contribute to your brain function, heart health, and reduce inflammation. Walnuts are also a good source of vitamin E, magnesium, and antioxidants. Plus, they are high in protein and fiber, so they make a great snack. Walnuts are the oldest known tree food. They date back to 7000 BC. The walnuts we eat today are known as English walnuts, but they actually originated in ancient Persia, where they were considered a delicacy for the royalty. They first moved through the Asian and Mediterranean world by trade along the Silk Road, and then further via sea trade. Then they eventually made it to England, where merchants would sail them to ports around the world, and hence the English tree. Walnuts are great in all sorts of sweet and savory recipes. Eat them by themselves or chop them up and toss them in cookies, oatmeal, salads, sauces, cakes, you name it. And calling all vegetarian vegans, their texture makes for a great meat substitute, seriously. Today is also commemorated as Turn Beauty Inside Out Day. Is aimed at motivating women and young girls to appreciate their individualism and unique qualities and traits, and not to be swayed by the media on how a woman's beauty should be measured. So this day is created by New Moon Magazine, and Mind and Media stresses the need to reject the media standards of physical beauty. These days, highly impressionable kids are exposed to false standards of exterior beauty through advertisements, glossy magazines, films, television shows, as well as the internet. As a protest to People's Magazine list of the 50 most beautiful people, New Moon Magazine created Turn Beauty Inside Out Day. So New Moon has produced a list of 25 beautiful girls to counter the former's list, and emphasizing that a woman's inner beauty is more important than external beauty. It says inner beauty consists of good actions, good heart, and activism. The National Institute on Media and the Family has reported that 53% of the adolescent girls are dissatisfied with the way they look by the time they are 13. This percentage climbs to 78% when they turn 70. The media has virtually taught girls a distorted perception of weight and a compulsion to be skinny at all costs, making them believe that thinness and how they dress are measures of their self-worth. Most of these girls are successful but painfully thin. Celebrities land major television and film roles. This compulsion leads to certain eating disorders such as bulimia and anorexia nervosa. By observing Turn Beauty Inside Out Day, women and young girls are encouraged to shift their attention to the concept of beauty from within. It also seeks to turn the public's attention to show how the media adversely affects and how girls view themselves, as well as how young men and boys view females as a whole. A young girl or a grown woman has inner beauty if she is humble but confident, kind, caring, intelligent, honest, compassionate, patient, generous, and selfless. A girl can start by helping with or doing with household chores without winning, by studying hard and not by being absorbed in her own insecurities. In school, she can practice being friendly by smiling, doing acts of random kindness, and by being genuinely interested in other people. A girl's dissatisfaction with her body and looks may lead to an eating disorder resulting from a compulsion to go on an extreme diet. She may eventually have low self-esteem and may give it to the depression. So begin a gratitude diary and write down all the things you are thankful for every day. This will help you appreciate who you are and what you have. It is about counting your blessings. It's true that you can't change everything you don't like about your face or body. But who says everybody is born physically perfect? People around you will overlook your physical imperfections when they see how kind, intelligent, and compassionate you are. A girl's mindset and character traits such as kindness, generosity, humility, thoughtfulness, compassion, honesty, and selflessness reveals her inner beauty. Character reflects her inner beauty. Lasting relationships are based on the people's beauty from within because they are founded on love, respect, trust, and genuine concern for one another. So in relationships, inner beauty is more important. Unlike physical beauty that fades with time, inner beauty improves if a woman has interiorized trustworthiness, inner confidence, and compassion, and has cultivated a good sense of humor. Inner beauty can get better with the age. The Bible, 1 Peter 3:3-4, says that what matters is not your outer appearance, the styling of your hair, the jewelry you wear, the cut of your clothes, but your inner disposition. So the Bible prefers one's inner beauty. Beauty is indeed a woman's physical attractiveness fades, but not her good character. So it helps young women and girls around the world to stay true to themselves, especially those who need inspiration and connection and also support. It's time to think that women are beautiful from within, are in a better place than those who are physically attractive. But don't they have anything else to show for it? So it also reveals the adverse effects of popular culture spawned by the media. Consciously or unconsciously, the media have pressurized many young, insecure girls to have their perfect body, as if nothing matters more. As a result, these girls forget they are blessed with so much talent and potential and inner qualities that make them. This is the day young girls and women ought to feel beautiful about themselves, no matter their physical appearance. It's a time to appreciate their talents, to start building their dreams, enjoy life, and get involved into the things they are passionate about. This month is also commemorated as National Smile Month. Everything from donuts to Star Wars, now it has its own day. So it's only right that smiles have their own month. The month of May is dedicated to encouraging excellent oral health and boosting the nation's smiles. National Smile Month is the United Kingdom's largest and longest running oral health promotion. The Oral Health Foundation is in charge of organizing it. The campaign seeks to enhance the health of millions of people in the United Kingdom by increasing awareness of oral health concerns and teaching people how to care for their smiles. In 1977, the Smile 77 campaign began as a week-long marketing in the West Midlands. For events, poet Pam Ayres penned the poem, "I Wish I Would Look After My Teeth," which was later voted into the top 10 of BBC poll to identify nation's 100 favorite poems. The following year, the event was replicated and the first National Smile Week was held in 1979. Eat Well and Stay Biting Fit was the subject of the 1984 Smile Week, which began at the London Transport Museum in Covent Garden and earned about pounds 3.5 million in the newspaper attention. Throughout this week, two good food vans transferred London, teaching youngsters the skill of sugar-free cooking and providing tasters 2,000 hungry students. The Dental Health Foundation is the primary organizer of the National Smile Month, intending to improve the oral health of millions of people across the United Kingdom. Throughout the month-long campaign, unique events will be held in schools across the United Kingdom to assist youngsters in developing healthy dental habits. The National Smile Month's three important themes that are critical to brush your teeth at night and at least once throughout the day using fluoride toothpaste. It is also advised to visit your dentist regularly and to limit your intake of sugary drinks and meals. The campaign invites dental and health professionals, school pharmacies, community groups, colleges, and workplaces to participate and help us educate, motivate, and communicate positive oral health measures to improve the quality of smiles all over the world. Keeping your teeth and gums clean might help you avoid cavities and gum diseases. Because during the day, saliva protects your teeth from harmful acids. When you sleep, though, your body generates less saliva, making your mouth dry. So when you go to bed without cleaning your teeth, you increase your chances of getting cavities. It's aid in the improvement of your dental health and visiting the dentist regularly promotes good oral health and is an essential aspect of oral wellness. So if you don't floss your teeth, you are leaving up to 40% of your tooth surfaces unclean. Brushing and flossing your teeth twice a day is critical for maintaining good health hygiene. The earliest toothbrushes were made from tree twigs. Chewing on the tips of twigs spread out the fibers, making it simpler to clean the teeth. Milk teeth began to grow before birth but do not emerge until the child is 6 to 12 months old. Humans cut, chew, and grind their food using 4 distinctive types of teeth that are classified as incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. So brushing your teeth incorrectly might cause harm to them, and you should avoid brushing too hard. You can damage your teeth. They are not only make you feel good, but also a form of a brief relationship between the people who share a grin. Smiling has been shown in studies to boost worker productivity and creativity, as well as make employees appear more competent and trustworthy. Our brains get healthier as we grin more. This is because smiling makes us joyful, which reduces stress. Smiles have also been shown to lower blood pressure, heart rate, and discomfort. Smiling can boost our stamina, boost our immune system, and even assist maintain our body's cells healthy. Aside from the fact that our teeth play a crucial role in life, a smile provides numerous day-to-day benefits. It may boost our self-esteem and impact our social life, professions, and relationships. Today is also National Juice Slush Day. It is a pleasant drink that will quench your thirst. Today is also commemorated as National Mushroom Hunting Day. So pack yourself with essential info for the mushroom hunt into the wild and go pick up mushrooms. Today is also commemorated as Neurofibromatosis Awareness Day. It is said that thousands of people have neurofibromatosis, NF, but they don't even know it. Besides, there is still no cure for NF. That's why the day is observed as awareness of this condition, educate people about it, and raise money to support the research so that they can be effective treatments for NF. It's also to encourage partners to take another look at their children for the signs and symptoms so that they can be treated sooner. So let's support the people with NF funds, research to end NF. So neurofibromatosis is a condition that causes tumors to grow in the nervous system. There are 3 types of NF, NF1 and NF2 and schwannomatosis. Symptoms include multiple spots on the skin, small benign growths or under the skin, freckling and armpits or growing, and scoliosis. In NF2, signs can include hearing loss, facial weakness, vision loss, and muscle wasting. These types of neurofibromatosis are a result of mutations in chromosomes. NF1 is caused by a mutation on chromosome 17, while NF2 is caused by anomalies on chromosome 22. Schwannomatosis is caused by the mutation of the SMARCB1 gene. In most cases, symptoms of NF1 are mild, but in some cases, they may cause disfiguring and psychological issues. In cases of NF2, people may develop other types of benign brain or spinal tumors. In case of schwannomatosis, some people may develop several tumors throughout the body. The tumors in NF are generally not cancerous, and half of the people with NF1 or NF2 inherit it from a parent. Parents affected with NF1 and or NF2 So far, there is no approved cure for NF1, but there are several promising NF clinical trials in progress. Although surgical removal of tumors is an option, the preferred treatment is chemotherapy. For children diagnosed with NF1, it is recommended that they have an examination every year. Gregor Mendel discovers the fundamental laws of inheritance through the study of pea plants in 1800s, who is also NF occurs in 1 every 3,000 people, and it affects millions of people around the world. Regardless of ethnicity or gender, NF affects all populations. Approximately half of all cases of NF arise in families with no history of condition. According to the Children's Tumor Foundation, there are 50 NF-specific clinical trials. NF is more prevalent than cystic fibrosis, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and Huntington's. NF affects millions of people worldwide, and sometimes people don't know that they have it. Neurofibromatosis Awareness Day can change that. Hopefully, in the future, there will be no MF cases. We need to support one another to the end. And NF Day can be a great means to gather all the support to get the end of the NF cases in the world. Neurofibromatosis Awareness Day can be a way for us to show that we care. Maybe just a small act like sharing the information, but at least we contribute something. Today is also commemorated as Pack Rat Day. So with this, we shall end the commemorations today. Thank everyone for joining us. Those who have not registered for today's international webinar series, the link has been shared in the chat box. We are sharing once again. Those who have not registered, every day we need to register for each event. The information has been shared in the chat box. So we request everyone to quickly attend to the poll. Is mandatory for everyone. Dear friends, quickly fill up the feedback form before you leave the session. It is mandatory for this certificate. Those who have not registered for today's webinar, you can quickly register after filling up the feedback form. The registration link has been shared in the chat box.